Alright, hey guys, this is Leechies back again with another OU Wi-Fi battle. I'm using the same team that I used in the last OU battle. I'll be using this team for a couple videos. I'm really liking how it's working out, so I want to see if I can get in some good battles with it. This battle is against another person out of Smogon, whose name is Teckt-nik. It ended up being a pretty good battle. Not the best of battles, but it was alright. And so I decided to upload it. I hope you enjoy the battle, and here it is. So I'm going to start off with my Mian Xiao because I see that it is faster than everything on his team, barring an unusual scarf, except for his own Mian Xiao, which he does end up leading with, which means that I do not want to stand since my Mian Xiao does not carry the Fake Out. It has Hidden Power Ice and Stone Edge instead. And I'm assuming his does since he's leading with it, since that's the standard. And so I go into my Gyarados to take that no problem since I can intimidate him, and this is a very bulky Gyarados, so I can then proceed to take either a U-turn or a high jump kick, and I don't feel like a Stone Edge would do that much either, so I'm not feeling very threatened by it. And so I think I'm just going to go for the Dragon Tail here to just, see what he switches in, see what he wants to send into my Gyarados, and then I can just hit it out again, which ends up being his Tangrowth, which is a very good check to Gyarados, or a very good counter to Gyarados even, unless it has Bounce, in which case after a Dragon Dance that might even take it out, but mine is just a bulky Gyarados, so that works fine for him. I want to switch out of his Melodic here, because I really want to get my Stealth Rocks up, so I'm going to go into my Bronzong, because I do not feel very threatened by his Melodic. All of his special moves will not be doing very much, since Melodic is generally extremely bulky. He gets the burn on me, which is pretty unfortunate, but that's why people carry Scald. It has that 30% burn chance, and he's just going to keep going for Scald. Maybe he's predicting my switch, or he just wants to keep racking up the damage and slowly take out my Bronzong, since Bronzongs do not usually carry a recovery move. So if he keeps attacking me, that damage is going to stay on me, so it's really good for him. I go for the Hypnosis after putting up my Stealth Rocks, and that does hit, so that kind of evens it out that he gets a burn and I get my Hypnosis to hit on the first try. That's pretty even as far as hacks goes. And so he's going to want to switch, knowing that he's asleep, obviously, so he doesn't want me to be able to switch into something and be able to set up for free on it. So he's going to switch out into his Tangrowth. Well, I go into my Scizor, which is very good for me, since I can hit him with the super effective U-turn, which is going to do well over half, since I am a choice banded Scizor. And even though Tangrowth is extremely physically bulky, it's a super effective U-turn from a choice band Scizor. That does a lot of damage. And so I'm going to go into my Gyarados here because I'm predicting Sleep Powder, which he does go for. And this is a Rest Talking Gyarados with Dragon Tail and Waterfall. Extremely bulky. I used it in my last video. You guys might know it by now. But yeah, I don't mind taking that sleep at all. It makes great sleep fodder. And I'm going to predict his switch into something now. I do not remember exactly what I predicted, but he did not switch. He just went for the Leech Seed, which I'm not going to mind at all since I brought in my Scizor, and I'll just be able to go for the U-turn. If he stays in, I get to take him out. If he switches out, I get switch advantage. Great situation for me. I love when this happens. That's why I love using U-turn and Volt Switch in situations like this. He ends up switching to his Mian Xiao since he knows that he does resist the U-turn, but it's still going to do a ton because Mian Xiao has crap defenses and Scizor has crazy high attack. So even though it's not super effective, I'm going to be doing, I did like 3/4 to him. And I'm going to bring in my Terrakion now, since this is a Choice Scarf Terrakion. Even if it wasn't Choice Scarfed, I would still outspeed Mian Xiao because I believe it's 105 base speed and Terrakion's 108. Not positive about that. But I can take his Fake Out no problem since I resist it, and then just go for the close combat to finish him off, or to do a ton of damage to whatever he wants to switch in. I figured it would be a 2-hit KO on his Tangrowth if he wanted to bring that in, so I thought it would be a good choice to go for. Since I have the defense lowering here, I don't want to stay on his Metagross, thinking that he might have the Bullet Punch, which may even take me out after that defense drop, and it's super effective. So I'm going to switch into my Gyarados. I forgot here that Metagross is not affected by Intimidate because it has Clear Body, which ends up, it's going to bite me pretty hard pretty soon. Since I'm asleep now, so I can't choose Dragon Tail like I would normally to phase him out since he put up his Hone Claws. That's very dangerous. Since he's at +1 attack, Metagross hits like a truck. That Meteor Mash, I'm a max defense Gyarados, and that Meteor Mash is not very effective, and it still did about 1/3, and it's looking to be a 3-hit KO. I went for another Sleep Talk there, thinking I wouldn't wake up yet, but I do wake up on the second turn, which is actually unlucky for once. And then he gets the crit with the Meteor Mash, which means he'll be able to take me out next turn, and I can't go for the Dragon Tail to phase him out. Which means I'm sitting here against a Metagross with full health at +1. I'm going to have to sack something to get its HP down, because I don't have anything on my team that can one-hit KO Metagross. I don't have any fire attacking pokes, which is a problem. I actually end up changing my team after this battle, and you'll see that in a pretty soon future upload. So I go into me and Xiao and just go for that high jump kick, thinking it'll do somewhere around half, maybe a little bit more. It does, which means that he's now low enough that I'll be able to finish him off with a Choice Banded U-turn from Scizor. He does take me out with that Earthquake. I wasn't sure that Earthquake would take me out since it's not stab, but he's at +1, and like I said before, me and Xiao has crap defenses. But Scizor is going to be able to take that +1 Earthquake, because he is also very bulky. Not as bulky as Metagross, but he's still got a lot of bulk to him. And so I'm just going to go for the U-turn there to finish him off. And I'm going to bring in my Latias now, because I couldn't really remember what he had left on his team at this point. And Latias is a pretty surprising set to a lot of people, but I forgot that he had this Scizor, which is really bad for me. Most people predict that my Latias is going to be an offensive set, you know, Life Orb, Choice Specs, Choice Scarf, that kind of set. So he is just going to go for the U-turn here. I'm really glad he didn't go for the Pursuit if he had it, though I'm guessing he doesn't, since I do see that he has the Life Orb here. Most Life Orb sets generally carry like Swords Dance or Roost. They don't carry Pursuit as often, though I usually do when I run Life Orb. But I'm just going to go into Bronzong as Death Fodder so I can get the switch advantage, whatever he decides to do here, whether he stayed in with Scizor to finish me off. If he'd gone for a Swords Dance there, I would not have been I would have been in an awful position if he Swords Danced. Does he still have Sleep Fodder? Yeah, he does, so I could not have put his Scizor to sleep even. But he brings in his Tangrowth, and I think about that for a little bit, and then I realize that my Latias can set up all over his Tangrowth. And ladies and gentlemen, watch my Latias get to work again. This thing works so well. My substitute blocks his Sleep Powder since I don't have anything to sleep anymore. I get up 1 Calm Mind. His HP Ice is not able to break my sub after +1 special defense. I love that. Latias is just so amazing. I think he probably misclicked his Leech Seed there. Either he misclicked or he just didn't know about how sub mechanics worked and he couldn't put a Leech Seed while I have a substitute out, but that's bad for him. He could have taken my sub there with another Hidden Power Ice. It does not really matter that much at this point anymore. He's going to be able to finish off my sub with his second Hidden Power Ice, but now I'm at +2 or 3 Calm Minds, and I'm going to be able to get a free sub up again. He's just in an awful position. Tangrowth is one of the many Pokemon that Latias can set up on easily. I think right after this one, I know before this one I had another 6-0 sweep with Latias. I think that was last night. And I didn't want to upload that because I've already uploaded a 6-0 sweep with Latias, and I've already had another game besides that one. I think I've had 3 or 4 6-0 sweeps with Latias. And this isn't a 6-0. It actually ended up being a fairly exciting match since he took out many of my pokes, and I was a little bit worried there for a little bit. But Latias pulled it off again. He's going to be able to take out my sub with a Scizor, but +3, I think, Dragon Pulse is going to be able to kill his Scizor from half health, even though it's resisted. Because, you know, +3, that's a lot of special attack. So his Scizor's going to go down. I think he has 1 or 2 Pokemon left. Geico, what's that? Oh yeah, Scrafty. I wasn't sure I could take this out in one hit, because I know it can be really bulky. It tends to run bulk up sets with max special defense. And I wasn't sure that it would be able to take it out, but I'm thinking he's probably an offensive Dragon Dance set. Though I'm not sure about that. I might just be underestimating Latias's power after +3. And then his last Pokemon is the Sleeping Melodic, which of course cannot touch me. Though I do have to end up 2-hit KOing it because of how crazy bulky Melodic is. Yeah, that's narrowly a 2-hit KO even after +3. I'm really glad he's not a Rest Talking variant with a Dragon Tail. That's a pretty common set, and that may have, if it got lucky, it could have phased me out. But that is not the case. I am able to take out his Melodic with another Dragon Pulse, and that is going to be the game. So, Latias wrecks shop again. After this battle, I'm going to have, I'll have an Ubers match coming up for you guys. I had 2 Ubers matches. One of them, unfortunately, disconnected because of Wi-Fi, but the other one I had was also a good match, so I'll have that up pretty soon. And then we'll have up another battle with this team, where fortunately Latias does not just sweep his team. it actually ends up being a pretty exciting match. So stay tuned for those in the near future. And I hope you guys enjoyed this battle. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.